Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10.
Ready, ready. Black drill green. Ready.
Off the play fake, it's Young. He's on target, Watkins. And the stop is made as he drives this to the opposing 43. It's a 30-yard gain, Brock, so unsurprisingly, that gives him a first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot.
52 Blue. Fight.
Here's Young on 1st and 10. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's going to get this down to the 9. That puts him in goal to go.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom, connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
They have it 1st and goal, an early lead available here in the postseason.
Set, ready. Yellow, 43. Set, go.
From the red zone on 1st. Escapes the pocket. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Lions take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. No doubt about it, Brock. They are trying to take him out of this game from the start. And a touchdown on the opening drive, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, this is one of those situations, Kate, where you and I up here in this booth, we can hear it and we can feel it. This crowd senses an opportunity to dig those opponents an early hole that before long, it might become the grave their season rests in if they don't respond.
Butker with the extra point. And the Lions will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready, 1st and 10.
What is on?
Drive start to the quick throw left, complete. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Now, first carry here for Ashton Jeanty. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopped on that play by Danny Stutzman.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door to a bigger gap in the future.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They gain 11 on that play, and it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. If they don't close quickly, he could take it to the house.
Williams to throw on first. He rolls to his right. Short pass brought in. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
I'm not going to lie, I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Williams from the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Well, they connected on 3 straight before that throw, Brock. Might not be perfect anymore on this drive, but they are still moving it well.
And I don't expect that one to interrupt his progress very long. They're still on a mission this series, and he's the one driving it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. 3rd and long for him here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, so that brings up 4th and long. All right, partner, testing the perimeter early there. Coverage held up. Could be a tough day for those outside receivers to make an impact.
Okay, partner, testing you here. You've heard me say this a lot. Okay, coordinator's job is to get you man-to-man coverage, and your job is?
To win it. On 4th down, it's Williams. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. So an 11-yard gain to back up the considerable gamble to go for it there on 4th down, Brock. They're moving the chains.
As a quarterback, you just know in that situation when you go for it on 4th down, it may mean sometimes throwing into double coverage. But if you're going to go for it, at least give your guy a shot to make a play. And against really long odds, he came up with a big-time catch.
Got him a good handful there as it brings up 2nd down.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
To throw is Williams. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Genty from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. One play action. Williams buying some time left. And he has the catch. Gets both feet in. That's a touchdown. The Cardinals finish off their opening drive. Blake Grupe to try the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Cardinals start off well to tie things 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Here's a return from the 7. Making some progress here. All right, so they're going to take over at the 39. Nice effort there. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Set. 60 red. 60 red. Hut.
That one finds Xavier Worthy. Limit the damage after the catch, but the catch itself does get them to the opposing 43. Give them 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets them a 1st down.
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Green Jack. Let's go now. Red. Cycle. 45. 10.
From the pistol, it's Young. Catch made left side by Laporta. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
First down, Young. Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him, only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal. Here's a design run. And he's in for the touchdown. The Lions break the tie here in the first. It's a Bryce Young touchdown. Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Lions take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. First and 10 coming up. First play is going to be a give to Genty. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
4 yards on the pickup.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a gain of 22. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
On first down, Genty. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Rookie Danny Stutzman in on the stop.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
And the Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. It's a 14-7 game. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back and ready now for the second quarter. It's Cardinals football. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. Williams with a quick pass out wide. We'll have a little, not a lot. Ball to about the 25. It's Kader Kohou up to make that play.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second and 6 coming up here. Shotgun give here to Genty. Big gap up the middle. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead.
Kate, that's just simply the difference-making edge that these elite running backs bring to you. A lot of backs can get you 10 yards, 20 yards, but the elite backs, they can take it to the house.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals tie things up at 14. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Fielded at the 7. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Black shot. Here we go. Set. You. Yep. Black 40. Blaster. 6. Rail. Yellow. Ready?
Now it's Young. And the first play of the series is going to be an incomplete pass intended for his running back there, and that brings up second down.
That's what I call complimentary defense right there. That pressure by the group up front, that leads to the incompletion and to the benefit of that secondary.
They'll try again from the 20 after the incompletion.
Set. Ready. Red. 38. Set.
Second and 10 now. Young's going to try again. Nakua here. He's got it. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions just need 2 snaps to steal the lead. It's a Puka Nakua touchdown. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7.
Cardinals 14. Michael Dixon set to kick off.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Moore with a return. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful effort.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's first and 10. Trying to throw this from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it'll be second down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. That's not a big completion on a stat sheet, but that's a big contested, what I call gritty catch right there. And that's what the best tight ends will get you.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Williams will look to throw. This is brought in by Coleman. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
And a Cardinal first down.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. Completed to his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. And off to Genty. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Manages a gain of 3 there. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down. You know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Going to the ground again on first. Went in there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
We know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They'll work against the blitz. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. Ooh, awfully close to that line to gain. Stop though, made it to 46. 3rd down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Here comes play number 8 of the drive, 3rd and 1. Straight ahead with Jeanty. Tried to get this one outside Brock, but he did not make it. They stopped him right at the line of scrimmage. He's short.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
This is Jeanty. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. A 14-yard pickup on 4th and 10. Well done. And they surprise a whole lot of folks by picking up that first.
He only needed an inch, Kate, and it was a good thing because he had to fight for that. That defense put up a game effort, nearly made the play to get themselves off the field.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. First down, and they go right back to it. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays. The ones that amount to really very little statistically and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. Stick around. Some more from Ford Field on its way. Yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another give here to Jeanty. Still has some space inside the 35. And he is down to the 30-yard line. And it's a gain of 12 on that one. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Back to Jeanty. And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So he can only get back to the line. It's the defense all over this one.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
This is Jeanty on 2nd. And a decent run gets about 4. It's going to be 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd downs, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Now here's Williams. Gets this to Kincaid. And this spot is going to be close, but he does not have that first. They're going to face 4th and short. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Inside of field goal range, but the kicker ain't moving. They're going for this. Giving this to Jeanty. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Arizona goes ahead and calls its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
That's simply a bet being made that not only is your call or scheme better, but that your players just want it more than the big fellas on defense do. And clearly on that one, they did.
Bringing the offense up to the line. 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Forced out to his right. This is thrown towards a defender instead, and he's the one who makes a play on football. That's not what this offense wants. Incomplete on 1st down.
You know, I say this all the time. You get down there to the red zone, and things happen so fast. Those windows close in a hurry. The quarterback's fortunate that was one hand and not two hands that got on the football.
2nd and 10 now. Williams has some room to work. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals earn the chance to tie before halftime. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cardinals tie this game at 21. We'll see if it's a kick return that ends on half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
Fight, stay ready. Opposite, green, yellow, 20 set.
Looks like they're playing safe with a run to the outside. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Pretty good field position here for the Cardinals as they get ready. 1st and 10. Give up the guns. It's Jeanty. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. You're going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Jeanty. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down is going to end up in a loss of yards.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
3rd down. Here's Williams. Someone stepped in. It's intercepted. J.C. Horn to pick it off. And the Lions will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Well, Brock, it was an absolute battle in the first half as they played to a tie, heading into the locker rooms. And already we have the first big play of half number 2 with that INT.
Yeah, not just the first big play, but maybe the first separating play here, Kate. There's always a moment in the second half, especially when one of these teams makes the play, right? That one that we're going to circle and look back to as the defining play of the half. We may just have witnessed it right there.
Okay, ready?
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
10 cycles. Black, 95. Set.
Out of the gun, Young. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Antoine Winfield Jr.
Their first pick of the game comes in an awfully big moment. Really just cancels out all the great work your defense did to give you that ball.
Arizona offense looks ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Genty. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And he's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. This is Genty. And they fought their way through to stop him behind the line. It's going to be 4th down and less than a yard. The Cardinals out for the punt. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. And it'll be touchdown a little before the 20.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Ready?
Back to work after throwing the pick. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. This play reaches the 35 before it comes to an end. An even 10-yard gain on the play. And that is good for Detroit 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Smash!
Benson on 1st and 10. Continuing to move past the 45. Nice cut back to the right sideline. And this is all the way to the 13-yard line.
What an injection and momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost and a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Out of the gun, give to Hill. And he will get this to the end zone for a Detroit touchdown. The Lions take a 3rd quarter lead. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off for 6.
That one splits the uprights. And the Lions break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. No return as this bounces into the end zone. The ball's coming out to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
defense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10 once again from the 20. Williams from the gun. Makes the grab and bounds left side. And he's going to have this out near the 40, just a little bit short of it. They get 19 on that pickup. And it's going to give the Cardinals a 1st down.
You know these teams, they track every step of their players. Many of them wear GPS units in their uniform to track how much mileage. I don't care what the stat sheet said and how long that gain was. That dude ran a long way, all the way across the field, but it paid dividends.
Brought in by his back here, it's Gentry. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield strike block as he's sent out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good enough for an Arizona 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Cardinals.
Gentry from the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
It's a pickup of 3.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Williams set to pass. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. It's an Arizona touchdown! The Cardinals can tie it up after hitting Painter in the 3rd. Dalton Kincaid with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Groupie's extra point is good. And the Cardinals tie us up 28-all. After tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Return starts at the 9. Showing a little burst so far. The tackle's made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Striker. Check striker. Here we go. Here we go. 10 black. Slide. 97. Drill. 52. Set.
Shotgun snap now to Young. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Lions have a 1st down.
That's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a 1st down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Yellow. 43. Ready?
Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Black. Set. Ready. Black. Black shot. Ready.
On 2nd and 10, Young. Has him on the quick hitter. And they make the tackle at the 38. Gain of 15 there. And that is good for a Detroit 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Set. Hut. Black 40. Hut. Hut.
From the pistol, it's Young. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. And the Cardinals are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
And in a blink, they are up to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's going to give the Cardinals a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC divisional round matchup. It's been a thrilling game, an absolute barn burner that is shockingly still tied as we get set for the 4th. Only 1 play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. For a left side, cut by Brown. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49.
Brings up second and 9 at the 49-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Short pass brought in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The 2 were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. To the air yet again, Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Well, tie game, and they want to be the ones to put this away. They're going for it. Fourth down, Williams. Got a man, that's Kincaid. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. One of their best play calls of this game so far, Brock. 17 yards on 4th down. That gets him the first.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All set now, 1st and 10. Here's Williams again. It's a screen play to Genty. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good enough for an Arizona first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
On first down, Genty. He's only able to get back to the line. It's going to be 2nd down.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the 14-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Williams off the play fake. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Lions in the nickel. This is 3rd down. He'll throw it. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Here's an important kick now for Blake Grupe. It's a 38-yard look here. Kicked well, and this is good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Here's Grupe on now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20. Detroit offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Strike it. Ready, set.
Young on the play action. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
That right there, Kate, that's taking the hard lessons from the previous drive and putting it into practice right here. You don't see a throw you like, it's too tight a window. Don't risk yet another interception.
Ready?
The 2nd down throw for Young. On the move, headed right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Kate, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down.
Here we go, set. 45, wide.
He's back to throw. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. And he is stopped with authority there, but that stop came later than they'd like as he gets a good bit and that 1st down.
And the Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Sticking to the air, it's Young. To the right and hauled in by Laporta. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Down. Black. Next smash. Red. Hut.
Again, it's Young. This will be cut by Watkins. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 7 yards on that pickup. And the Lions have a 1st down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Detroit. Lions trail by a field goal. 1st and 10 now from the 46.
Let's go now. Ready.
Here's Young again. Buys time, rolling right. He's running with it. And he's going to be driven out, but a nice pickup. Gain about 8, 2nd down.
Well, you don't get the 1st down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
32. Rail. Strike. Check.
They give on 2nd to Benson. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Cycle. Here we go. Black Ultra.
Here he is to throw. Nakua nabs this one along the sideline. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with a 1st down.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Okay, go steal. Set, ready. Ready.
Hand off to Benson from the gun. And he'll bowl. He's way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Set, hut. 60 red. Hut.
Setting up to pass. Finds Benson out of the backfield. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Ready.
To throw. Escapes the pocket. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. The Cardinals decided to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. The entire season has led them here to this snap. They have to convert here on 4th down.
33, yellow. Green jack.
Desperation time here. Forced out to his right. Maybe a bit of He's got it. Looks like the feet are in bounds too. Oh, I don't believe it. Now a crucial point after to stretch the lead beyond a field goal. And it's good. So they take the lead, and the extra point buys them some breathing room. A field goal does not tie it now. Now is Dixon to kick this one away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. He'll look to throw it. Catch made right side by Coleman. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
2 timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. He finds Brown right side. And they get this down to the 28. Cardinals in the hurry up now, racing the clock as they work to get set.
That's another Cardinals 1st down.
1st down, Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Well, he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.
Shotgun give here to Genty. And all he can get is a yard here, bro. It's going to be 3rd down. Arizona goes ahead and calls its 2nd timeout. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
3rd down.
Extra man in the secondary for the Lions on this 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once. I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Gotta think this is 4-down territory, Brock, as they come up here, 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. That one connects. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. They're going to call their final timeout here. Just 9 seconds to go.
Just stay on schedule. Just stay on schedule, right? SOS. Bad thing on a ship. Good thing on a football field. Even a little completion keeps this offense on schedule.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Chased out to his right. The shot to the end zone is incomplete.
There's a lot of studies done every offseason, Kate, about the best red zone offenses. And typically, it's about creative quarterbacks doing just what he tried to do right there in extending the play out of the pocket. The problem is there was just nowhere for him to go with the ball.
Here he goes, one final shot. And he's in, and that's a touchdown. And with almost no time left, he just likely won them this game. Extra point upcoming, this to put it to a field goal game. And he shakes out the pressure to nail the point after, and now an opposing field goal would only tie this game. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. So no return this time. This is going to go for a touchback, Brock. Let's see what they do with this final snap. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10.
Here we go. 45. White. Blaster. 6.
One final shot here. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Cardinals get to fly home as winners on